I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. A spear in the hand of the undying Emperor. I am your shield and shadow, your blade. The tenets compel us to let our deeds speak on our behalf. There is no one in the cult who does not know me, so I have grown accustomed to taciturnity in matters regarding myself. Ask, and I will try to give you an answer that will satisfy your thirst for knowledge. I remember nothing of my childhood. The Vizier says this is because of my training and the injuries I received in battle. He told me it is the fate of all high spinners. The only memories I have are of the blood-spun web and the brothers and sisters who serve the cult alongside me. When we were young, we would sew our eyes shut and wander through the bays for months at a time, starving, surviving, dying. This trial of darkness honed the senses of those who passed it. We were elated, for we knew we were blessed by him. When we grew older, we learned to wield our weapons, and our mentors tested us with pain, poison, and the weight of deceitful words. In time, our bodies no longer felt pain. Our blood became resistant to toxins, and our focus could not be shaken. We were at peace, for we had shed everything that could encumber our faithful service to him. When we came of age, we faced a great trial. A year-long vigil spent in unceasing prayer to the Undying One. When hunger and other base sensations faded away, we attained true comprehension of ourselves and our place in the world. Our place between life and death. We were proud, for on that day, he truly accepted us, and we accepted him. It is impossible to understand the value of your body and spirit if you've never experienced physical or emotional pain. Pain is temporary, but experience endures. Experience can be sharpened like a blade and turned into mastery. I have never regretted walking the thread I was destined to follow. When we join the cult, we relinquish our past. The blood-spun web becomes our new family. I have seen the pain, terror, and doubt in the eyes of those who hear the Undying One whisper the names of their kin. For some, the blessing of oblivion is a gift not unlike death. No. It brings me comfort when my brothers and sisters cross to the other side. The Undying One has called them to his side, so they can serve him in ways we cannot. Attachment makes us weak. The weak meet their demise prematurely. But such death does not please the Undying One, for a soul must not be claimed before their time has come. It is true that spinners occasionally cross paths with those outside the cult, but such paths always diverge in the end. We may walk the same road together, but we are nothing more than temporary traveling companions. It is similar for those of your retinue. Our threads may intertwine for a time, but all will go their separate ways, as is inevitable. But not you and I, Domin. Our threads cannot be unwoven, and only the Undying One will end my service to you. Know your enemy and prevail in battle. Know your ally and prevail in war. You can see for yourself. Tools for tempering the flesh. If a spinner neglects this practice for too long, their body will weaken, and their sensitivity to pain might return. If it does, they will feel the overwhelming agony of every wound they have ever endured, and go mad with torment before the Undying Emperor whispers their name. Is it possible to experience pleasure if one feels nothing? You honor me by taking me at my word. Your body will fail you, Domin. Your bones will break, your tendons will snap, your heart will stop. Our rituals of self-perfection are unending. They demand absolute dedication and decades of special training. However, if you devote the next 30 years of your life to its study, you might be able to learn the basics. It is not difficult to speak the truth. Torture? I bear the sacred marks of the Undying One's service. Death has bestowed them upon me. Though others may cherish hollow riches or meaningless beauty, it is my duty to cherish his gift of blood. Each wound is a symbol of our service to him. Each drop of blood carries his blessing. To renounce these scars is to renounce the Undying One himself. Death whispers to me, "You are worthy of bearing his marks." Tell me, Domin, do you wish to honor your flesh with his gifts? I have not felt pain in a long time, But yes, your body will certainly suffer. Embrace the pain and make it a part of you. It will be your salvation, even on your darkest days.
I'm curious if this does anything. It'd be an honor.
Let it be so. Treasure his gift, Domin. Inscribe it anew each time you pray. May his blessing find you.
Yauchi. Did you ever meet Theodora?
I met her once when I was young. The Vizier saw a serpent hiding among those close to Domin Theodora, ready to sink its fangs into her throat. I was ordered to find the serpent and sever the soul from its body. I watched and waited for weeks. I hid among the shadows, the air ducts and the faceless masses. Once I found the serpent, I sliced off its head and returned to the temple. I doubt that Domin Theodora ever saw me, but the 3 ritual cuts I left behind on the body let her know that this death was pleasing to him. They sent us a grand feast from the upper decks before the cycle's end. We gave it to the hungry.
Okay. You always address me as Domin. What does that word mean?
The Gothic we use to communicate is different to that spoken on the upper decks. Domin has many meanings. Giver of life, Lord or Lady of the Ark, and Shadowless Sun. The matriarch Spider gave this title to the rogue trader who allowed her to form the blood-spun web. We use other titles as well. For example, Venai means Master of the Immaterium, or Watcher of the Veil. Vil means one who must go to the other side. Amig means one you can trust in battle.
Cool. I do like the whole, what's it called? Latin, Old Latin in Warhammer. It's pretty cool. If the Undying One whispers my name, will you carry out his will?
I will listen, but I will make my own decision. Death claims all, one way or another. But it is within my power to stay the sentence.
Tell me about the tarot.
I use blood to read his sacred cards and hear the whisper of the Undying One. His tarot is not an answer, but a question I ask of the universe. And the universe answers with questions of its own. In this sacred communion, I perceive hundreds of possible outcomes. They are all true, and yet they are only visions. I know what will come to pass, and yet I do not.
How did you come to have this deck?
It is a holy relic that has been passed down from generation to generation. Only the first and second spinners are allowed to study the sacred cards and interpret their meaning. We use his tarot to guide the cult and discern the tangled threads of fate.
How many cards are there?
34. There used to be more, but some have perished in the darkness of time. Their loss is a great tragedy for the blood-spun web.
The tarot is usually read by sanctioned psychers.
I am the spear of his retribution, not a witch or a sorcerer or a soothsayer. I have no strange powers, but I do bear his blessing. I do not command the veil. I am guided by his whisper and led by my faith, by the tenets. Please, do not mistake me for something I am not.
You occasionally feel a shiver run down your spine or detect faint sparks in the air when you are standing next to Cabela. It seems her powers only manifest when she is practicing divination or in moments of pious exultation. Cabela herself does not seem to be aware of her gift. Well, I was wondering if she was gonna be a Knoll, but she's not. A Knoll is basically, they're psychers. Psychers they have a special connection with the warp or hell. And with that, they're able to do their magic crap. But a Knoll is kind of like the opposite. They are detached from the warp. They don't really have a presence there. It's kind of like they don't have a soul almost. And any psychers near these guys do not like them, and it kind of tones out their powers a little bit. So I didn't know she had that, but I guess she doesn't. Can you give me a reading?
Ask the cards, Domin, and I will listen.
What does the future hold for me? She draws 4 cards from the deck and lay them before you.
The first card is the young warrior. It suggests inexperience, a path of becoming. The second card is the shattered world inverted. The path will have twists, turns, and thorns, but you will gather allies along the way and find what was lost. The third, the hound inverted. Someone has marked you as their prey and is chasing you through a field of traps. The lost child. You will leap into one of those traps of your own free will and place your trust in someone truly desperate.
Interesting. Okay.
Make
And we got another level up from that. Let's go. Commerce, I guess. And willpower? Nah. Ballistic skill, nah. Toughness, nah. Weapon skill, not really. I mean, I guess this is the best one for me. Make it so I'm a little harder to kill. The parry is harder. Okay, so she's just harder to hit. And then agility. Yeah. So those two basically stack each other. I have 105 persuasion and 85 commerce. That's kind of crazy. Carouse, coercion, lore, awareness, lore. I'll take lore of the warp, I guess. And then toughness again. Perception, maybe? I'll take higher perception, just in case. There's some characters that should have level ups. I don't know why I went out early. Yep. You have cover, crit, adjacent, crit. Combat, no. Demolition. That's good. And then agility. Make it so you're harder to hit. Logic. Get you to 35, but I'm still beating you. So I might just go for awareness. Unless I can do more lore. I might do that just to keep ahead. Intelligence. Meh. Ballistic skill, meh. Willpower, yeah. Whenever it attacks, the next melee does even more damage. Interesting. If the warrior has less than 50 wounds, has more crit chance. Movement within range of attacks of opportunity costs 1. Interesting. That's good. If they take damage, they get more dodge. She's basically going to be unkillable. Close combat, that's good. Yeah. That's everyone. Okay. Now, after all of that, should be good to go. Interesting. So, do we want to go there or there? What's that artificial facility, by the way, at the bottom right? I don't know if I like that or not. Anywho, we went to Majoris. I might go there again just to see if I can. I probably can't. I'm gonna go here. Because I need people to place down there, I guess. So I can't do anything. What about this? There's a place. The prison. Yeah, so people, this is where I can put people in. Then you got all these that we'll get later, I guess. We're going down. Ricadiphilia, the prison planetoid. I wonder who we're gonna get here. That's a cool transport.
None shall stand in my way.
I don't think I've ever seen that type of ship before. Oh, I wanted to see what that thing was. It looked like a camera or something.
Is the key to success.
What? Oh, there's a trap. Come in, escort. This is Captain Vakari. Escort, please come in. That doesn't seem good. You notice her hands trembling as she clutches her weapon. Who are you? Did you come from the planet? Are you reinforcements? Saint's teeth. I thought you'd never come. What has happened here? There's been a prison riot on the planetoid. Sadly, it is being led by the prison warden himself, the Honorable Anathogon Castelgia. He has allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch, and declared Rykati Philia to be independent of the authority of the system's lawful governor. I came here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honorable Evine Winterscale, son of Calagios Winterscale, rogue trader, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak to the Warden personally so he could put an end to the lawless treason. He and his escort went ahead, and I haven't been able to contact them over the Vox for a very long time now. I was late to arrive here. Ooh! Evane. One of his distant younger offspring, yes. That's as much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. Evane Winterscale has made several diplomatic visits to Uric 5 on behalf of his father, rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. The great regent would never have granted entry to someone dishonorable, which means whatever happened in this terrible, malodorous place, we must aid this man of noble blood. I am the rogue trader. Now introduce yourself. I want, sir, Captain Rakiel Vakari, servant of House Winterscale and the pilot of this shuttle. It is an honor to greet you. I just didn't want to say it because it seemed a little like poofy pants, like be like, oh, I'm awesome. Who are you? Tell me about this planetoid. The only settlement on Rykati Philia is a penal colony. The prisoners work in the mines and the domed quarries. They mine sulfur, serum dust, and sand, which is then melted down. A rather nondescript place, or so it was prior to current events. The warden himself is spearheading the riot? Yes, no one expected this. Master Castellagia is a nobleman from a respected governor house and a vassal to House Winterscale. All of a sudden, he proclaimed that Rykati Philia was now his personal domain, that the prisoners were his subjects, and that he would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. And I take it they're looking forward to a diet of sand and gravel. What kind of madman would start a revolt on a barren rock? Why would young Winterscale have felt the need to parley with the dissidents? It's a personal matter. Master Castalgia, the seditious warden, is Lord Evane's childhood friend. When my lord heard the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and so he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt. The first Winterscale in my memory who prefers to talk first rather than shoot and slash. Young Lord Winterscale is not his father's shadow. If he is determined to save his friend, he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he is alive and well. He's been gone for such a long time, and I really don't like this place. Theobald executed his wife and only son on the mere suspicion of treason against House Orselio. So why did the noble Evane rush to save someone who had betrayed his house? Do bonds of friendship give one the right to make an inexcusable mistake? I am looking for a man by the name of Heinrichs von Kollix. He is here, perhaps? Unlikely. Unless it's one of the prisoners or guards, it seems unlikely. There are no shuttles in working order other than yours and mine. There is nothing else anyone could have used to reach this place. Is there anything else I should be apprised before I set out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your lordship. Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so that the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. Your Lordship, if I may have another minute of your time, I wouldn't ever have dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation in any case, have you been to the capital of Rykad Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jaspar. What is your relations? We are engaged, your lordship. Ooh. I have not been there yet. And I know nothing of the officer's fate. That's a shame. May the Emperor keep that fool from harm. Thank you for your time, your lordship.
Follow my lead.
Okay. Disarm it.
The Emperor favors
That's probably
me
the
today.
mines. Oh, that's a chaos symbol right there. The guard post has been vacant for a long time. There is a layer of dust on every surface. Yes, chaos. Build a bridge to the barracks. What if I build a bridge? Oh, I guess I gotta be on the other side then. Push it over.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Tell me something, Benai Cassia. Do you truly see the Undying One's light in the darkness between the stars? What is it like?
Amid the boundless terror of the Sea of Souls, his distant light is akin to a great burning heart. I see it beating in the darkness, and I know that I can find my path.
Okay. The remains of a meal one far too lavish for even a hive world, let alone a prison colony.
A new challenge for me?
A long string of names extends beneath the heading, Top Quarry Workers of the Cycle.
Over there!
Yeah, that was your fault. You rushed into that. I'm going to...
I tire.
I'm at your service.
Did I mention sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay? When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
Prison Diary of Ati Shan, Part 1. Grok shit, why me? Why? I missed my tithe payment 12 years ago. 12 years! The inspector's writ got lost somewhere in the bowels of the planetary administratum and was lying there this whole time, but they made sure to remember to tack on the fines every month. By the time they found the blasted paper and finally informed me the total sum was so obscene it would take 3 generations of my descendants, if I had any, to pay it off. My fate was sealed. Trial, sentence, prison. All because of some daft rotter who shoved my paper in the wrong box. To be fair, I think I got off pretty easy. My bed in the barracks is about as hard as the slab of rockcrete I've got at home. Working in the quarry isn't much tougher than my old job, and the rules, void take me, that old sod that governs Rykad Minoris is a bloody sadist by comparison. It's a strange old place. I haven't been beaten once yet. The guards bark orders all the time, but they never hit us. They also got this kind of inner circle of special chosen prisoners, the optimatum, they call it. If you can get in, the Emperor as my witness, you actually get a day off. They let you out of your cell and into the yard by the big barracks. And I tell you what, they let you rest there and feed you better than whatever swill they're giving us in the canteen. They told me it's to improve our motivation and all that, to foster a stronger desire to reform and become a worthy servant of the Imperium once more. but I know it is. I know it for what it is. Just a club for the Warden's favorites. The same story as everywhere else. Suck up to the people in power and get some swanky perks. They say the whole thing was the Warden's idea, funny man, our Warden. He looks more noble than nobility itself. Tall, groomed, teeth even, eyes burning. Boots so polished you can see yourself when you move to lick 'em. But that nutter doesn't much want people licking his boots. He walks around looking like he's deep in thought, alright, with only a couple of guards at his side. And he sometimes, if you can believe it, talks to prisoners. What's your name, he asks them, all quiet like. Why were you condemned? Do you feel remorse? He never even yells at no one. Never orders them to be flogged. Instead, he doles the rewards out to the special ones. Keeps telling us things like how we would strive to make society believe in us again. Uh-huh. Whatever you say, Master Warden. Starting tomorrow, I'll be trying to join these optimates of yours. I'm stuck in here till the day I die, and that means no return to society for me, but with the Emperor's help, I might just join the ranks of the local elite. Interesting.
What deeds await us? I better myself through my service.
Scraps of typical prison food, repulsive to the senses. Venerable optimates, the best among us. The list is faded and the names are barely legible.
I woke
Okay.
up with a feeling of wonder, as
Victory
if a field
awaits!
of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burned.
Take a knee and bow
Yep.
before me.
Are you ready to die?
Oh, I don't even get moved because I got ambushed.
Never wavered in the face of
Go here.
adversity.
Make you my
Already done.
servant. Going to take a pop shot at you. No, I can't.
All
I'll
too
do
easy.
that. That
Suits my purposes.
and that.
Not a problem for me.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Nice.
I'll do it.
Oh, I didn't mean to shoot. I was trying to move. Aw, that sucks.
Death to non-believers!
Death comes in silence. The shadows will stay.
Yeah.
Brings me no pleasure.
Nice.
As honor ordains, let your soul be purged.
Whoa, chill.
Trust me.
Gonna move back here.
As the tenets demand.
I'll take cover.
But of course. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Take you out. Give you... You 4-1.
Ah!
Give you some marks, I guess. That's my turn.
I serve the ruinous powers! Death to the weak!
Okay, you're gonna charge. Or I should just move, I guess.
Indeed.
Do this.
I will do my reduced to dust.
Easy.
It will be done.
I'll move around the corner and do this. Yeah.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Go do that. I don't think I'll give you an extra turn so you can just bolt around the corner towards them. Get
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
There you go. And then, I don't think I can hit anybody. Yeah, I don't got line of sight.
I shall not fear.
Move here. Oh, because there's another wall here. Okay. Do voice a command on you.
Suits my purposes.
And then
All
give you
too
another
easy.
turn to charge him again.
One fewer target.
Nothing I
Do
can't
that
do.
to you. And you are gonna go here. I think if I do that, I'll hit him. Yeah. So I'm just gonna take a single shot at
As
you.
the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Reload, and then that's my turn.
An offering of blood.
Still not a good move. Because now you're gonna get murdered.
Trust me. I shall not fail. Death is a blessing. The shadows will see it done.
Hello there.
Cover
You're gonna
me!
go here. That damage you. Let's go to your thingy. How much would this do? Decent amount. Okay, let me do this.
Will do.
Then we'll exploit you.
Anything else?
And then we'll shoot.
On it. Very well.
Easy.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Yes?
Look, no.
We must act.
Literally does nothing. These don't even do anything. Oh, there they are. Where's... Oh, I don't know why it wasn't giving stats. Okay. 20, 0. That's terrible. What's this? 30, 48. Ooh. That's not good for me, but that's good for someone else. Stub revolver. 7 and 12, and this does 7 and 11. I'll add that cargo though. Take a mono knife. These are all the same. Yeah, I don't need that many. I might keep one on me.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
These cages have been placed in plain view of the beds. Inside are traces of blood and excrement. You put people in cages, jeez. Diary Part 2. Haha, I swear, the Emperor hasn't forsaken me. Guess who just came down the shuttle gangway among the fresh batch of prisoners? Clemson, throne-damned Willia, former administratum clerk. No, the clerk. The very same scum who lost the writ among the missing payment. He's the reason I'm in this hole. Don't know what they threw him in for, but I've never felt better in my life. He's not just behind the same bars as me, he's fresh meat, and I'm a venerable optimate respected by everyone in the colony. The warden just came up with a new improvement. From now on, anyone who underperforms, misbehaves, or causes trouble any other way is to be punished by the community, specifically by the local best and brightest. Yours truly, the Optimates. The last two sods who failed to meet the quota were stripped naked, whipped, and thrown into cages in the big barracks. That's where they have to eat, sleep, and shit now, with everyone watching. I thought to myself then, that isn't right. They've taken these punishments too far, but now, just you wait, you piece of grok shit. I'll get you for something. Those cages are calling your name. I mean, I don't blame the guy,
None
but
shall
damn.
stand in my way.
Bare beds made from metal sheets swing back and forth on rusted chains. Whoever is forced to sleep on them, it would not take too much for them to fall. Ooh. Gas cloud grenades. Toxic area for 4 rounds that does 8 damage to anyone who enters or starts a round inside of it. That's pretty decent. Ew. Nothing on this side? Nope. The beds are bolted to the floors. Some have thin, torn bed sheets and even tattered pillows.
Idira, is there something you wish to tell me about? Namely, the mess in the wardroom last week.
Ugh, stop blaming me every time one of the officers flies off the handle, old man. Not every brawl or disaster on this ship is because of me.
It's about time.
The Whispers told me how.
To the main level.
Over.
Ooh. My brethren, the dawn is nigh. The Optimates will guide us into a new existence. Ooh boy. Yes, yes, dear brethren, have a taste of my steel. Oh, how I've longed for this, my dear brethren. Oh my god. Thank the throne, normal looking faces. We thought we were going to die here with these nutters. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. Well, this is a welcome change, talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain, the look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal. We're honest, quiet inmates. We didn't want to riot, but, well, sitting it out wasn't really an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of these who refused to join in on the festivities. So we had to, you know, play along. But that's all it was, play. We never meant no offense to Governor Medina, nor to the lawful authority of House Winterscale. Give us a chance, eh? We just want to wait until everything blows over and we can go back into ourselves and quietly do the rest of our time. A repentant, honest heretic, how novel. The low-born speech is mottled with colors that conceal his true, darker hues. This old man has a long history of lies, and he is using his wiles on us as well. But I see no foul corruption or ill intent in his words. Tell me more about the warden and the riot. Pah, why soil your tongue talking about that heretic? But if you insist, here's how it is. The warden of this here prison, the Honorable Master Castelgia, was a crackpot from the start. The previous warden ran things the proper way. Prayer, 1 meal a day, work, a punch in the chompers from the guards, work again. But the new one, do you know what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners. Benign devils, that's 3 meals a day. The man was obviously stark raving mad. Things only went downhill from there. The guards quit it with the teeth punching. The warden forbade them. Instead, the overseers started counting which prisoners were digging up more things in the quarry or swinging their pickaxes harder or whatnot. And then, would you believe it, they put together a list of the best workers. And if someone on that list also showed good behavior, that's when they'd get promoted to an Optimate. That's the upper crust among us jailbirds. Or that's how it was at first. Then the warden decided that it's the Optimates, not the guards, who should be in charge of the punishments. And that it wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work. It was the Optimates. Well, let me tell you, that's when these goody two-shoes really started to shine. The guards aren't even in the same league as our dear fellows. The Optimates, in the old days, we had maybe 5 or 10 stiffs kicking it a week. And now we were lucky if it was only 50. And that wasn't even the end of it. Warden Castelgia moved out of his chambers to live right in the quarry under the dome. And I think something in the new home really scrambled his brain. He began spouting the wildest things like the Optimates are saints who will behold the truth. And he started taking them to the quarry. Not all of them returned. The ones who did, you wouldn't recognize them, more beast than man. They were butchering people left and right, even guards and overseers. The warden himself had armed them, and that's the whole sob story. But I knew it from the moment he let us have dinners. Oh, this won't end well. The old codger's right. Whenever nobles start giving handouts to commoners, something always goes wrong. I mean that with all due respect, your lordship, no offense intended. If I spare you, what do you gain from it? Now, how can lowly jailbirds hope to thank your noble self? Ah, I have an inkling. You see, us here were, how should I put this, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Rykad minors, debtors, gutter snipes. They're no one serious. Now we, your nobleness, are cut from a different cloth altogether. We're fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you where on Footfall Station, you know Footfall, the only shipyard and the best market in all of the Coronis expanse. Yes, so where on Footfall you can find some very serious business-minded people, and how you can get yourself a very special discount from them on some very special goods. Are these guys from the Fellowship of the Void? What kind of very special... Oh, very serious people. The most serious kind, your nobleness. Have you ever heard of the Fellowship of the Void? Yeah. It's the largest pirate alliance in the expanse. There is no leader, of course, but there are some terribly serious captains who decided that cutting each other's throats over loot was, what do you call it, counterproductive. But cutting throats together, now that's anti-counterproductive. Oh well, their joint efforts leave them with an excess of spoils, so they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who handles such kind of dealings on behalf of those very serious people. You are pirates. I came across a void ship belonging to your associates. They were planning to break you out. Well, now that's out of the bag. Our fellows were supposed to come get us a long time ago, but they got tied up somewhere. Void Kraken's gullet with them. And in all the time we had to wait, this happened. Pardon me for trying to pull the synth wool over you. It's just that we want nothing to do with the warden's nonsense. So what now? Will you let us go? Sure, no problem. Today you tell us a little lie. Tomorrow you stick a torpedo in our side of the ship of yours. If it doesn't fall apart the moment our helmsman sneezes in its general direction. Well, since we're working with them, I think we'll let them go. But I'll leave off with this cliffhanger, and we'll pick up and try to get this riot under control. Hopefully we can talk to the Winter Scale guy and maybe the warden if he's not already a heretic. It sounds like he might be, because he took him down and then they came back probably possessed or something. It could also be beastmen. More beast than man? Maybe. Anywho, thank you guys for watching the Prison Planet and the whole conversation with Cabela, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode where we try to do all that. Have a nice day. Peace.